Hi, breaking news. A Piper PA-46 successfully ditches off of Greenland in the Labrador Sea. The incredible pictures and the details as we know them are coming up right now on Taking Off. Hello and welcome to Taking Off. I'm Dan Milliken, and I like reporting news like this, a successful ditching in the very cold waters off of Greenland near Qaqortoq. And here's what we know. A Piper Malibu German-registered Delta Echo Oscar Sierra Echo with two aboard were returning to Europe. And some reports have them from departing AirVenture in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And when they made their leg over the Labrador Sea, they had to declare a mayday and ditched off of Greenland. The call was made at 12:17 p.m. local. They had departed Goose Bay to make the overwater leg to Greenland to the Narsarsuaq airport and was just short of that when they announced the mayday, followed by the ditching. The Arctic Command, which is part of the Danish military command system, responded, and shortly after the call, a Challenger jet quickly found the position of the Malibu and was able to follow it as it ditched. And the two people aboard were rescued after approximately 30 minutes by the Danish frigate HDMS Triton, and they were unharmed and taken to the hospital in Qaqortoq for evaluation. I reached out to Joe Casey, the Malibu Guru, for an explanation on ditching the PA-46. Joe?
I've been over the North Atlantic 85 times, very near where this airplane went down. And I can tell you this is a very lonely part of the world. When you're up at high altitude, or especially at low altitude, you're not going to be able to talk to very many people at all. Matter of fact, over the Davis Strait, I have been over this part of the world and you literally flown hours and not talked to a single soul. Oftentimes 121.5 is one of your best options to be able to get a hold of somebody. So I have no idea why this airplane went down. I don't know if it's an engine failure or if there was some other kind of emergency that made the pilot want to go down. But I can tell you that it looks like they did a great job. And the reason why is they both survived. So all else being equal, this airplane, the two occupants of the airplane survived. By looking at the airplane, it looks like they did a great job getting it to the ground and ditching the airplane. This is what you ditch into the sea. And a ditching is a little bit different than a landing on land, in the sense that when you ditch at sea with a retractable gear airplane, you want to land with the gear in the up position. And that way, if you land with the gear in the down position, the landing gear can dig into the water and cause the airplane to flip over or cause excessive damage. And looks like this pilot did a great job of making it to the water in a controllable fashion. And if you look closely at the fuselage through the pictures I've seen, I don't see bends in the fuselage or wrinkles in the wings or anything of this nature. It looks like the landing was probably pretty smooth. But to ditch an airplane, you want to land with the gear up, and you want to land with the swells. In other words, if there's swells, you want to land with them instead of against them, and because the chances of having a more smooth touchdown is much better. So my heart goes out to this pilot. I'm really glad they all survived. I'm really glad they were prepared for the event and survived this ditching effort.
I know the waters of the North Atlantic are extremely cold even in the summer, and your survival in those waters can be counted in seconds or a few minutes. And I asked Joe, being so familiar with that ferry route, what are the suits and the survival equipment that helped this be such a successful outcome?
One of the things that I'm pretty excited about from seeing the video or seeing the pictures of this particular incident is the fact that they have their survival equipment. In other words, the raft that they have looks to be a good raft, not just a raft, but a good raft. And it looks like they deployed it properly. In other words, landed the airplane, and then after landing, there's a string that you basically throw throw the raft out of the airplane, hold on to the rope or to the string, deploy the raft while the raft's outside the airplane. It appears they did that properly, because the last thing you want to do is deploy the raft in the airplane. That has been done before. Looks like they got the raft outside, deployed the raft, then got into the raft, and they were wearing their immersion suit. Now, an immersion suit in this part, you desperately need an immersion suit in this part of the world, and a lot of pilots won't wear that immersion suit. But you really want to wear the immersion suit while flying. I would normally wear, if I'm flying a single engine airplane across the ocean, I want to wear the immersion suit from my waist down, meaning I'm not going to have my upper torso and above. I'm not going to wear the immersion suit there, but I'm going to have the waist down. And the reason why is if you're in the cockpit of an airplane, especially a PA-46, you're just simply not going to be able to put on that immersion suit in the airplane if you have to put your feet in. It's really a cumbersome thing to do, and you just can't do it. So you got to wear that immersion suit. It looks like they did that. It appears that they did. So two things. They had the immersion suit. They were able to deploy the raft properly, and they put themselves in a position to be saved, either through good communication. Looks like a helicopter came and a frigate or a boat came. And so it looks like these people, the pilot on this airplane, did a great job of surviving after the incident. Why the airplane went down, I have no clue. I don't know anything about the piloting up to that point. But from the point of a failure or whatever caused them to want to go down, to the point of getting into the being rescued, looks like they did a great job. Joe Casey with Casey Aviation, the Malibu Guru, signing off.
From the pictures, you can see that the occupants had deployed a raft while the Danish frigate moved in. And then the rapid deployment boat from the ship was able to swing by and rescue the downed airmen out of their raft. As Joe mentioned, we don't know yet what happened. And I'm sure in the hours and days ahead, we'll get some information on what caused the mayday in the first place and then the ditching. But for now, incredible job landing for the pilot. And I'm so glad that they're okay. Up in this area of the globe, good outcomes in these waters are few and far between. I want to thank Joe Casey for the help. You can listen to him on whatever podcast platform you listen to at the Malibu Guru podcast. Check him out. It's great stuff. And also our sponsors like Z-Vision, xevision.com, the brightest landing and taxi lights out there for your airplane. And 67 Design, 67D.com for the best camera, phone, and tablet mounts for car, plane, or boat. Links and rest of our sponsors are below. Thank you very much. Remember, superior judgment trumps superior skills. We'll see you next time.